Now offered at the Great Race Place. $3 late pick 3 featuring the last 3 races. $5 late double on the last 2 races. Both with a player-friendly 15% takeout. Every race day at Santa Anita Park.
In the room, we hit record and the vibes go warm. One says big thoughts, the other says nope. Now we're arguing if cats can and low. We spill the tea, we spill the wine. Have the stories of yours and half of mine. We laugh, we cry, we overshare too long. Podcast now every now, just double the crutch. Double trouble live, with twice the mess. Double trouble live, no stress. At you for the thrill. Oh yeah, Double Trouble
Live. To Double Trouble Live. I am Ciaran Thornton here with my co-seconditis host, Frank Scatoni here. Hopefully it won't be the case today. How you doing, Frank?
Well, it's been the case. Look at this. We've been quarantined, dude. Severe case of seconditis. But you know what? It's a good thing that we hired our unpaid intern a couple of weeks ago because he's guaranteeing winners today. Look at that.
I mean, you can't get anything better than that. He said right here.
Hey, everyone. I've got my picks right here. Race 7, all. Race 8, all. Race 9, all. Trust me, this is the winning ticket. See you in the winner's circle.
What's crazy is that winning ticket, although it probably would have cost $900 on Friday, Frank, paid like $3,000. So he might be on something.
How about yesterday? We didn't do a show yesterday, but for those who were lucky enough to hit the all turf and the late pick 3, congratulations. The all turf paid like $14,000, and the late pick 3 paid like $18,000.
That's what we need a couple more of those big all turf pays, as we've said. I mean, that's when those big pays started hitting at Del Mar, Frank, that's when we started to see that pick 3 pool really start growing and people looking at it. I think they're still not really paying attention to this all turf because of the spread out of the races, but
I think people just started watching at Del Mar because they wanted to see us get the bum rush from every new location we tried to do a show. They wanted to see us get kicked out.
That's probably part of it too.
Hey, we've been kicked out of worse places, right?
That is absolutely true. Well, I suppose we better jump in. I mean, we already know Mark has the all button in here. I mean, you got your picks loaded there, Frank. What do you got?
I did. Well, I had to do a massive pivot here because
myself as well.
My 2 A's now, the 3 and the 5, were actually my B's originally. I had 3 A's in this race, and all 3 of them scratched. So first of all, the fact that I had 3 A's told me that I didn't have a strong opinion in the race to begin with, and then all 3 of them scratched.
Well,
I'm using the 3 and the 5 as my A's, but I'm also using the 2 as well. That means there's only one horse who could beat me, and if that horse wins, I'm on to the late double.
Yeah, I mean, I was all about the 5. I planted a flag on the 5. I actually originally tossed the 3 and then came back and kind of did a saver bet with the 3, but I was all about the 5 and the 8, and then some backups and they all scratched. So I ended up pivoting. I was like, you know what? My tight ticket, and we kind of talked a little bit about it, how we've had a case of seconditis. And after the show ended on Friday, we were both saying, man, we're just right there, but we're not collecting. I'm going to, and we both said at the same time, I'm going to start kind of reducing my tickets here a little bit till I hit something. It's all about bankroll preservation, but it's also, it's not like we've been handicapping poorly. Our horses are running great. There's just a crazy horse that somehow gets the better ride on us each time. So,
and you know what though, is we've had the seconditis, but the last couple of times, the long shot winners that ended up screwing us help the DTL crew because
It's
either someone suggested a horse, so we talked about it, or you and I brought the horse up and we talked about it. One of these days we'll be smart enough to actually include those horses. But for now, we're going to have to settle for running second to them. But it's all going to change. It's all going to change. Who was your top pick? But I don't want to spend too much time on the before scratches thing. But before the scratches, who you like before the scratches?
My top pick is still in here, and that was the number 5. Let me pull up what it. Yeah.
Okay, so the scratches actually helped you.
Yes, the scratches.
Getting a worse price.
Yeah, the scratches did help, and I mean, I was like, Hara for O'Neill, and this is the one he landed on, and he had his pick, and they're on Lasix after fading on the hill last, and I think that could be the key. And then big capitals, I wrote top pick, and then we don't need to get into the other horses that I
right. Yeah, I was just
ended up scratching out. The 3, Barrios for Sadler, Bullet Works on Lasix, but moving to turf today, and Sadler's just. I mean, he's cold, period. He did win a race yesterday, and maybe he's going to start winning them in bunches. But, you're only getting 8%, and I'm not using, but could be a danger play. So the fact that there was all those scratches, I was like, all right, I'm okay using it now, but I'm going to keep my ticket the same way. But, I mean, how do you not use all in this, even though they're 3-legged blind horses? I mean, you got number 2, 1 for Lou. That's the other O'Neill, first-time Lasix. And then you got that 7, Lucky and Gone. Raced 2 weeks ago at Turf Paradise, but who knows? We've seen some horses I would not bet with my enemy's money win, in the last couple of weeks. So, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, well, you mentioned Sadler. Yeah, he's been ice cold, and his logical horses are not firing. But he skunked us. I think it was on Friday or last week with a price horse in a turf race that we didn't have, and he skunked me yesterday with Final Boss. I didn't have Final Boss at 31-1. I was actually originally not against, but I thought the 3 Sammy Davis and your 5 Track Tiger were going to cancel each other out. I thought they were going to duel themselves into submission, and that's why my 3 A's were all coming from off the pace. Well, that's out the window now. It's a completely race, 4 horses. So, I mean, the 5 has the advantage being on the outside of the 3. And the 5 has the advantage coming out of that baffle. I mean, that was a really, really good race. Horse probably needed it. Like you said, gets Lasix today.
I ran really well, on the hill, and then, just faded late. And then, gets the Lasix juice today, which can only help. And just only having 4 horses in here, the jockey who's on a heater, he's got lots of options now, especially with all those other horses out of here.
So can I throw? First of all, I want to throw out my all turf. This is the ticket that I'm alive to. On my matrix, I had a couple of others that I had. The winner of the first leg I had as a B. So this is my backup ticket. But I mean, I have still got good coverage. I have 3-5-2, and I'm single to a nice price horse in the last. And then to start the late pick 3, my A's were the 3 and the 5. But I was like, I'm just going to use the 2 on top as well on my main ticket because it doesn't cost that much. So 3-5-2, 3-5-2 on the A tickets, and then just the 3 and the 5 again. I'm all about the 7 and the nightcap. Can we skip to that before we do the other legs? Because I'm curious to see what you think of that race.
I'm out of the first leg, and I'm tight on the next leg. I mean, I was all about the 7 and 5. They were my top 2 picks. And I mean, I would have had more coverage if the 7 was able to hold on for that inquiry, but Rearm John. And then I've got a couple of bombs in the next 2 legs. And my notes, essentially, if you read the algorithm on Santa Anita's website,
the anomaly. You don't even know the name of your own brand.
Oh, the wife's trying to have me change it. So, happy wife, happy life. My notes, if you read it, you got to bet Ricky Gonzalez right now. And you go, gee, I wonder why, because he's got a new baby in the house. And look at yesterday. He had a couple of big price second horses just almost win. He won that race earlier on, in that first leg, Rearm John. I think he's about to go on a heater. He's motivated. He's happy. Do not toss his horses right now, especially.
I disagree with you. I'm going to fade him. In a month, I'm going to start fading him because he's going to get 0 sleep. 0 sleep. We call it the baby boy angle. If a trainer or a jockey has a newborn at home, forget it. They're toast. No sleep, feeding up all hours of the night, changing diapers. No way, man. But for now, man, he's got to make that buck.
In a couple of weeks, but right now he's going to be. You got to toss him on, and even if it's a crazy price, and you're one of those guys who does exotic bets, absolutely use them underneath. Exactas and tries and whatnot, and I'm using them in my pick threes and doubles at least for the next week. I mean, he rode really, really well yesterday on a couple of crazy prices, so it's one of those hop on. It won't last long, but hop on it. I think it might. He might be hitting some here. So what the last race you said you're all about which horse, Frank?
Well, I mean, I'm 7-6, but most of my action is single to the 7.
And I'm opposite. I went 6, 4, 7 in that race. I'm all about the Bint Al Dandy. The jockey change here could be the key. Second, I put the Ricky horse. I just thought one on the debut. The other McCarthy horse. Nothing special.
Wait,
I mean,
the 4?
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah. First time starter.
Yeah, tippity tap. Yes, debut horse for McCarthy. Nothing special in the works, and then that's the one I wrote. Ricky on prices this weekend for me means must choose on a ticket on exotics, and then I really thought 6. This is the race. This is probably as strong a single candidate, and I know the horse is almost always there. But, I reluctantly used the 7, which, the JJ McCarthy horse that you're all about. But I thought it's 6 race. Number 6 is race to lose. I have coverage on all of them. I'm hoping I'm correct because my all turf is alive just to the 6.
Well, I agree with you that the 6 is definitely the one to beat. But I can't trust a horse who's been a beaten favorite 3 times in a row now, and I can't use your first-time starter because me going long on turf and debut race is not my jam, but McCarthy's one of the few who can do it. I just thought that race set up really well, that this race sets up really well for the 7 because I think that horse got a lot out of that race. There was no pace, still managed to close from 6 lengths off and finished second, and now cutting back should be fit. Plus, the thing about Bint Al Dandy, Ciaran, Bint Al Dandy, horse is probably going to be 6-5, right? 7-5, maybe. Absolutely. So not great value. So that was another reason why I was trying to be a little contrarian there. But why don't we take a look at what's going on here, right? Look at Will Pace, who's getting the action, doubles, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. So the Will Pace in here are pretty much the 3, $27, the 5, $30. Kind of what you would expect. Going out of this race into race 8, I mean, what did you think of the next race, Frank? I ended up going just 3 deep, but I could make arguments for a lot of horses in there. I thought it was about the JJ horse, 5 and 6, but I mean, Berrios for Sadler. How do you take that even money with confidence the way, I mean, maybe he yesterday started his winning everything under the sun, but I was looking for reasons to try and beat him, but not get too silly trying to beat him.
Yeah, Ciaran, I mean, I'll be full disclosure. I mean, if you read the Matrix, I had a very hard time with that race. So I went with a couple of price horses. I think number 4, Piney Woods. Again, we mentioned Micah McCarthy. Well, this horse, I'm surprised you didn't land on this horse because you got your boy Gonzalez.
That's my third choice. I'm going 5, 6, 4 in this race. Yeah, one last out for Ricky. Off LASIK and up in class, but he's riding lights out this weekend. So I thought the horse had a good long shot chance in this race. If the top choice.
I went with the 4 and the 3 just because I think, forced entry, the Baffert's going to go, and 6 Super Corridor is going to go. And I'll tell you right now, off that last race that Super Corridor ran, she's going to have to prove to me that she's the same horse who won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies last year. And you can even look at that race and think, maybe it was a little bit suspect because she was never challenged, got an easy lead on a track that was playing towards speed. Explorer never really had a chance to run her down. So maybe that was kind of a false race. I don't know. I want to make her prove it to me. I thought Piney Woods had a great chance on the stretch out to just kind of sit a good tracking trip. And to your point, Ricky, he's got to make that. He's got to make that money before all the sleepless nights that are in his future. And then the other Baffert. I mean, how many times we see the other Baffert win? I think it's very interesting because I think a lot of people are going to go, well, JJ ended up on the other Baffert. He could have ridden this one, blah, blah, blah. But look, Giroux is making the most of his Baffert opportunities. And if I had to pick one jockey, I can't even believe I'm saying this, but if I had to pick one jockey who's probably riding the best right now at Santa Anita, I'm going to say it's FloJo. He's been terrific.
And what's crazy is you said that. We talked about it when he came out because we were like, is his agent going to get him the mounts? Because I think on the last show, we also talked about how when he would fly out here, the horses he was getting was a lot of Miller's horses. He was getting trainers' horses when they were cold.
Cold, yeah.
So people probably have been, off him for the first month out here, but now he's spreading around and showing what he can actually do when he gets good horses. So I agree.
Yeah. So here's my late pick 3, and then let's go through yours. But so 3, 5, 2 in this leg. My A's are the 3 and the 4, the 2 price horses, French Blue and Piney Woods. But I also have a backup ticket, Ciaran, with the 6 and the 5 because I singled the 7 on that ticket. I used your Bint Al Dande on my little bit spreadier ticket with the price horses. So I have all of those horses covered, but I would love to see the 4 actually win that race. And then we already talked about the nightcap. 7-6, it looks like a 2-horse race to me, but the value play in there for me is the 7, and that's where most of my action is. So what do you have?
Let me pull it up here.
Yeah, I can show it right there. You're 5-6-4, okay.
I mean, Mark had the winner on Friday and pick 3, so I was like, let me do an all ticket.
So you actually like the other Baffert, forced entry, the one that I like.
Yeah, it's kind of, you kind of mentioned it. I'm also one of those guys. I do like doing the other Bafferts a lot, but I prefer doing the other Bafferts when JJ's on the other Bafferts, and he always has the first call. So if I've got a choice and I don't want to use both, I'll always go with the one that JJ's on. It's just how I'm doing it, and I'll do that till it blows up a few of my tickets, and then I'll pivot.
Well, I'm glad that you're using the 4 as well. That makes me feel confident. And then, we could flip flop. Like, you could always start a late double with the 3, the other Baffert, if you want, and I could always start one with your Baffert, the 5. So we'll see where we should see who's taking money in that leg, right?
Because just to show you, I've kind of got my tentative ones up here, but it's one of those things I'm going to have to look at the will pays and see what I'm alive to. Am I going to is it worth me spending more money, or do I need to hedge, blah, blah, blah. But we'll get a better idea when we get to that race. That's the plan, but I think it's going to change. If the payouts are really, really low, I'm going to have to either plant a flag or sit back. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, right now, Ciaran, the favorite combination from this leg into the next, the 3 in this race to your 5 forced entry in the next is $10.40.
Oh, wow.
And the 6 is $11. So they're very, very close, but your 5 is taking a significant amount of money compared to the horse who's even money on the morning line and who won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. So I'd say that horse is very live.
Yeah, and that usually, that kind of money when even when you got, like you said, Giroux, the hot jockey, yeah, if it's getting that kind of money, people know. I hope they know correctly. I would like to get into the last leg.
Yeah,
2 out of 3. So much of late, it's getting annoying.
So the 3 horse, well, yeah, the other Baffert, the one that I liked a little more, is $14. So $10 with your horse, $11 with Super Corridora, and then close to $15 with the 3. So they're all about the same, but the fact that a 4-to-1 morning line is taking that much money into the teeth of an even money morning line is pretty significant to me. And then let me see, what is Piney Woods, the 4? Yeah, the 4 is taking a decent amount of money too, $20. So yeah, that just tells me the 4 is not going to be 15-1. But I think both of us knew that.
I was like, yeah, I don't think so. People are going to overlook the morning line. I was like, Maybe we'll get 6 or 7 to 1 if we're lucky, or if they really pound, the Baffert and the Sadler horse. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, right now the imputed odds on optics, the 6 is 2.67, the 5 is 3.04, the 3 is 3.22, and then the 4 is a lot colder, 9.15, but still almost half the morning line. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
It'll be very interesting to see where the win money shows up in that race, because it's a little tricky. Using the double into the next leg is a little tricky because we're dealing with a 4-horse field here, right?
And I was just looking like on the other ones too, like the other O'Neill in here, the 2 is paying 97 to the 5, 103 to the 6, and 117 to the 3. So we're not seeing, it's not getting, like the hedge bets on the other prices are still showing it as between 5 and 6 in the next leg. Let's see what the 7 into the 3 is the only difference. 7 into the 3 is 122. Then it goes to 182 for the 6 and 193. So
yeah, that's very weird. The 7-3.
Yeah.
If the 7 wins this race, the 3 is the favorite. That's very strange to me. How about with the 5? Because you like the 5 as your top choice. You're getting a 5 double is $13. I mean, if you love that, that's not bad, right?
That's great. And the 5-3 is $23. So the horse I thought should be the favorite in here is getting hammered to the horse, the Baffert I liked in the next. 13 over 23 for the other one. So
yeah, that's
I'm
very
liking
interesting.
that.
Very, very interesting. Well, I mean, O'Neill has been super hot, and his money has been pretty reliable. And we always, I mean, when a Baffert horse takes money, I mean, most of them do take money, but I mean, he has 2 race.
That kind of money, the way it's coming in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When there's 2 horses, that's more of a signal than sometimes we get.
That's the point. Yeah, that's the point I was going to make. That when you see the money like that in the double, especially into the teeth of an even money shot, that's pretty significant. Not always right.
No.
Not always right, but
you never know. I mean, we're kind of using the info. I mean, the scratch has really messed up a lot of, what we were going to see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the handle is, because either people are going to unload because it's a short field and they think they can get out of here with just 2 horses, or they're just going to wait for the double. I don't know, but look who's back for the Sunday service. Nick Sievers. All right, my man, Nick. He likes the 3 singled here, and then the 3 and the 5. And who does he have in the last? Okay, he's got my 7. I'm happy about that. Looks like he's fading the 6 in that last race. Very interesting. And then we were talking about Ricky and the last race, Dan H. That's the first time starter that you liked, right? The Michael McCarthy horse that we're talking about.
I do not disagree. It's even my notes said, let me see, what did I write here? Nothing special about, there's nothing special. There's no reason other than Ricky had a new kid.
Right. Ciaran, this is a Ciaran hunch play, and those are usually pretty good.
That is pretty much it. That's the only reason, I'd rather be, what do they say, lucky than...
Yeah, rather be lucky than good, but it's better to be both, actually. Mm-hmm. Anyone else in the DTL crew have anything they want to say here? We got a minute. So it looks like the win pools are probably closed from the computer bettors. Let's see where the action is headed here. 3-5 on Sammy Davis. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
we can get a quick update from Mark on the weather at Santa Anita and Pete.
Yeah, well, it's really.
Whoa, these winds are crazy. Oh, my shirt and the beer. The horses are gassy today. What a mess.
What's funny is, Frank, I saw some people yapping yesterday about the times in the races at Santa Anita.
I know.
And I'm just like, and it wasn't like schmo saying it. I'm like, wow, people really do not do any kind of research. I don't think they were complaining about the crowds, that you couldn't see anyone in the stands. The Santa Ana's rolled in. If you don't understand what those winds are like, they get crazy for about
Oh,
5-10 minutes. They disappear, then they get crazy again. I mean,
and
it's
they're unbearable when they're blowing in your face. So yeah. Anyway, they're at the gate. They're off actually. Good luck, everybody. Good call. It's a bummer that all those other horses scratched because that was your top pick.
yeah,
Before
no one
scratches.
Yeah, of course. That's and then I can already see it. We're going to win the pick 3 and the all turf, but there's going to be so much dilution. We're going to lose money on the ticket.
Yeah, that is a bummer because I think you probably would have gotten around 9-2 on that horse. Yeah, I don't know. Sammy Davis is kind of a horse without a distance or a class. I mean, good races against Calbreds. This was against Open Company, never been on turf. I think Sadler was trying to see, well, if the horse likes the downhill, I'll be in good shape. But, doesn't want to win going 8.5. His best races come at 5 furlongs.
Yeah, I think
there weren't very many 5 furlong dirt sprints, for older, 3-year-olds and up. But I don't know, tough call for that horse.
That was a nice. I would say that if they should run on turf again, but just go for those 5 furlong ones is what I would say.
But wait for Del Mar because they run a few here.
They run a few here. They run a few here. Like it's like our horse Arrakis, that was on dirt, and is a 5 furlongs, but there's not a whole lot of races here. At least they've got the versatility, Frank, where they can go back and forth to dirt. But there's not a whole lot.
I think Sammy Davis can probably handle 6. But again, they don't run all that many of them. There was one today, but it was 6.5. So, tough spot. Plus, also he's a Calbred, and these are open companies. So if you look at Track Tiger's form, if you're just comparing form and speed figures, Sammy Davis has way better form and speed figures than Track Tiger. But Track Tiger is an open company horse, has turf experience, and to your point, that downhill race was very, very useful for him. First time down the hill, getting Lasix today, and drawn outside, had the advantage every step of the way.
My original ticket, which is the annoying part, the all turf and everything, I tossed the 3 on all my tickets, when all the other horses were in. So I
I had the 3 as my fourth choice.
Yes, but I had to throw it in there, And I will say when they were going over the dirt crossover, I was like, oh, watch this 3 swallow the horse like we've seen on a lot of our picks lately. But no, the 5 was no, see ya.
For a second, I saw the 43 and 4. That was really, really fast. I actually thought the 2 had a chance to maybe come and run the horse. And I would say, oh my God, the other O'Neill, really?
That would have been great. I would have taken that. I would have been alive on all my tickets.
Yeah. All right. So can I put on my all turf just so I see? Because you said you're out.
No, I'm alive.
Oh, I thought you said you were out of the all turf. Okay, so
no, let's see. Who do I have? I went 5-3. I'm all about the 6 in the last leg.
Oh, right, and I'm single to the 7. Okay.
Yes.
And then to start the late pick 3, I think I'm alive on everything. Yeah, I'm alive on everything. So I need the 3, 4, 6, or 5 here, but the 3 and 4 would be preferable.
And what's
What
interesting,
about you?
looking at, I need 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6. Anyone stronger than the others, though? Like you haven't waited.
I did. Let me see, which one did I had? No, actually. So my $6 pick 3, Frank, was I singled the 5 in the first leg, then 5, 6, 4 in this race, and 6 in the last. And then my other tickets are spread with 6, 4, 7.
5, 6, 4. Okay, so yeah, you had the 5, 6, 4, all 3 combinations on all of your tickets. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So
Good.
the 3 is the one that would knock me down, and I can, when we get a little bit closer, I can see what these probables on the doubles are paying. Because in the last leg on my pick 3, on my all turf, I need the 6, but on my pick 3s, I've got 4, 6, 7. So when we get a little bit closer, I can see if it's worth my while doing a hedge bet on this 3 into
Hey,
my
what the 3 open at? What do you got there?
He opened at 8-5, 12,000.
The favorite.
Yeah, but on the will pays, Frank.
Yeah, let's look at that. I'm very curious.
The double, $21 for the 3, $16 for the 5. So the 5 drifted up a little bit, after the gates open, but it's essentially, and the 6 is $23. The 6 is really ice cold. And let's see what pick 3 will give us the real idea. Pick 3, 6 is the dominant at 46. Second choice is the 3 at 82.
Oh, yeah.
And the third, it seems like the hedging money came in on 5 and 6, versus the pick 3 money. I'm sorry. 5 and 3 got the hedge money from the pick 3 players, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's very interesting to me, but I think I'm not sure what to make of it, but I think my takeaway is going to be the 6 is not the even money favorite that the morning line maker thought she would be, right?
No.
I think that's the takeaway. and we both thought that. We used the horse, but it wasn't like, a horse like this should be a standout cinch. You know what I mean? Because look at the field she's facing. It's really not that strong of a field, and yet neither you or I are like, well, that's the one. Like, we're both kind of like lukewarm on her.
We already have 45,000 almost in the daily double pool already, which is a nice little hefty amount. Right now, the favorite is the 6 into the 6 in the next leg, Frank, 55, which is a little bit on the high. That's actually not bad. The 3 into the 6 is 67. The 3 into the 7 is 82. The 6 into the 7 is 110. Oh, the 6 into the 8. 8's getting some play. Who's 8 in the next leg? Luby's music is getting some early sneaky money on the double pools, Frank.
Really? 4-1 on the morning line. I'm not that surprised, but I love saying this. Do you have any notes on that horse, Ciaran?
Let me look at it. I'll have to ask the boss what she wants me to call it going forward. What did I write here for this one? Freshu moves here, but he's 0 for 5 for Mandela. Sharp work.
Well, let me ask you this, because I know we don't like to overstate the whole jockey musical chairs thing, but you're actually pretty good about sniffing out the moves. DeMuro sticks with the rail horse, the 15-1 Mandela. He's Mandela's guy. He could probably have chosen any one of the. He got off Luby because I think he's like, I know what she's capable of.
Yeah, I did look at it a lot, but I was like, I like others here. But my DeMuro for Mandela went 18% for a profit. The reason I ended up going off it is the horse has faded late going shorter. So I thought the move to the route was questionable. But then again, who am I to doubt the great Mandela when he's doing this? But I was just like, the horse, it's 6 furlongs, faded. 6.5 faded, and now they're routing the horse. So I didn't know what to make of it, and
Well, no, I'm with you. I'm totally against the horse, but if I had to do a match bet between the one Sandy Street and the other Mandela, Luby's Magic, I'll take Sandy Street all day long, because we already saw what she could do going 2 turns. Luby's Magic. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know what the one's capable of, and clearly DeMuro sticks with her. It's gotta mean something, right?
Yeah, and I don't think Fresh, who's 0 for 5 for the trainer, and
no, DeMuro's his guy. His guy.
But there are some sharp work, but you also gotta assume DeMuro picked where he wanted to go.
Correct. Yes, exactly. I didn't use either one. I made both of them a C. But if I had to pick one of them, I would take the one over the Luby's Magic.
I agree,
especially at the prices. Yeah, let's get some plays up there, DTL crew. Let's go. We got to fire away. Don't tell me everybody's broke from yesterday. Did you see the handles yesterday, Ciaran?
I did not look.
Second largest daily late double handle since opening day. Wow. 320,000, something like that. Late pick 3, same thing, 300 and something thousand. And the
California Racing's
100.
California Racing's dead. That's all I keep reading on X.
Right. They're worried about come home times in the Santa Anita handicap.
And they're worried about
the guy who's tweeting about that should be tweeting about Twin Spires tournaments, because they're getting 7 entries. Like, why is he worried about us?
and not looking at, and someone said, well, it was very windy, and then the reply was, well, then how come the other race didn't get impacted? I'm like, do you know how wind works? It stops and starts.
I know. I just think it's ridiculous that, first of all, most people east of the Mississippi have a negative impression of Southern California racing for whatever reason, and whenever they tweet about Southern California racing, it's always something negative. It's always something, and their comments are lazy and reductive, and they have no idea.
How is that graded race only 300,000? And it's like, we don't have Racino money. How come your Racino doesn't have a $2 million pool?
Well, yeah, I mean that exactly. And the other thing is, like, look, Saudi Arabia race, the Dubai World Cup. I mean, domestically we're losing horses to those richer purses. So yeah, I mean, of course we're going to have trouble trying to, this is not a California issue. This is a nationwide issue.
Correct.
Every racing secretary, they should be a racing secretary summit, and they should all sit down together and come up with a grade 1 plan for the whole year for every track, so that they could all work with each other. So you run the Santa Anita handicap, you end up in the Clark or the Foster or whatever it is. I forget what those races are.
That would require a governing body that actually pays attention, like the Jockey Club.
Well, that would also require CDI and Twin Spires, playing nice with others, which is something they do not know how to do. But anyway, Nick thinks the 6 crushes here. This is that Super Corridora.
We're at 66,000 in the pool right now, and there's actually not been a whole lot of movement. 6 into the 6 is 53. 3 into the 6 is 70. 6 into the 8 is 63. So, I mean, everything, from that first jump on the betting, Frank, we've seen like $1 or $2 in change, but the betting's saying in the next leg, it's all about the 6 and 7, 6, 8, and then 7.
6, 8.
Luby's, we talked about it. Luby's getting the second most action on the the money that's going in right now.
All right. Well, I'm going to put this question to you and the DTL crew, Ciaran. I thought French Blue was going to be my wise guy horse, and yet here she is on the board at 7-5. Pretty significant favorite. Forced entry. I mean, the Breeders' Cup Juvie filly winner is 5-2. The other Baffert is 3-1. The McCarthy that we both like, taking money 6-1, which I think is about the right price for that horse. 15-1 was crazy. But are you surprised by this?
Not really. I mean, it's one of those things. JJ doesn't get, I think, the respect he should, and Giroux is really hot right now. But I still think, Baffert is very, very loyal with the jockeys who are loyal to him, and JJ is his guy in California, period. So I'm always going to give the edge to whatever horse JJ gets the, unless it's a horse.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I mean, I know why you like Force Entry, but are you surprised that the 3 is taking as much money as she is? I am.
Not really. I mean,
okay. DTL Crew, what do you guys think? Do you think that? I like the 3, and I think the 3 is over bet. So if you guys have an opinion, let us know. How about this one, Ciaran? What do you guys think about the Dan Blacker horse? Number 1, C. Drew. I'll let you go first, but I didn't use the horse. I don't think you did either, right?
No, I mean, all I wrote was one last out on the Ricky for Blacker and moves up in class. I mean, I don't fault them for taking a shot here, but
all right, everybody get ready to take a shot. Ready, Ciaran? In my matrix column for the Santa Anita website, not the anomaly, not the algorithm, not the AAKKJJ, Papa, Lee, whatever it's called. You don't have to copy me, Ciaran. But anyway, I said very nice things about this horse. This is a really nice Calbred. I don't, like you said, I don't blame Blacker and company for taking a shot here because this is a classy horse. But never been on dirt, never faced open. Actually has faced open company on the turf and got destroyed. That was a very good race last time, but the race set up nicely for the horse. Maybe if the race completely collapsed, she can come on and pick up a piece, but I'd be very surprised if she won. I thought the 5-1 morning line was extraordinarily too light, way too light.
Very generous.
Yeah, 12-1 is on the board. That's more like it as far as I was concerned. I would have flip-flopped the 1 and the 4 from a price perspective, and it looks like at the moment we're right. Yeah, Ciaran, we don't talk people off horses. We just give our opinion. We're all grown adults here. You make your own decisions.
That horse
had times where we've said we didn't like a horse, and the horse wins for fun. So
talked it in the winter. So C. Drew had the top late pace last race. You know what I mean? And I
but on turf, right? So
yes.
How did we flip flop here? You're supposed to be on. That's all right. Anyway, can I just say hi to Kelly? Kelly, thank you for joining us. Always love having you being a part of the show. One of Southern California's biggest race fans, and a great photographer too. So thank you, Kelly. So here, David's going to make a case for the 1 horse here. Lasix angle. 3 horses in this race have won without Lasix. 6 for sure. Yeah, I'll be the first to admit, Ciaran, that you mention this a lot because you pay attention. The whole Lasix on-off thing, like I miss it a lot of the times because I just assume that the trainer isn't going to run his horse in a spot without Lasix if the horse needs Lasix.
Correct.
But you've seen him. You use it as an angle, actually.
Yeah, first time on, if I saw the horse fading and the trainer puts it on, maybe they scoped and they saw some blood. Or if the horse has run multiple times on and off, I will look back and see, especially on horses that jump up in class. If we've got a nice sample size, we don't have a lot of these horses only have 1 or 2 races. You know what I mean? So we don't really have a big sample size. If there's a large sample size, I'll look back and I'll go, all right, this horse was racing lights out. They took a chance at a stakes race when they went off Lasix. Horse flopped. Next out, horse rocked when it was back on Lasix. That would be a horse where I find reasons not to use on my ticket, if it was going up into a off Lasix race.
Yeah, I often make fun of your handicapping analysis because it's all about AAKK, Papa, J. But that's one of the things that you bring up actually quite frequently that I really listen to because it's not something that I pay all that much attention to, and I probably should.
I will say one of my favorite angles on that, Frank, is when I see a stakes race and I see a lot of horses who were like should be the chalks or favorites moving up into that race and coming off Lasix. And then I like a price horse that wasn't even on Lasix going into that race. Sometimes I will upgrade that horse on my handicapping just because of that. Doesn't need it, racing great. Maybe the horse going off it now might need it. So that's another little angle I might use. Doesn't happen too often, but
right. Yeah. No, that's a great point. 2 holes in my game, that little angle there that you talked about, and then we've talked about this ad nauseum. Workouts, they're just not
we
my
got 8
game.
minutes. Are we doing a community double here?
You know what? I actually forgot because we went on late. We didn't do this, not the all turf.
I mean, I might have to cover this 3 here, so it doesn't win. I'm going to have to probably do a bet on it. I'm happy with my pays in the next leg. So I might myself, I mean, $5. 3 into the 6 is 72. So I might have to do that for $10. This is my bet, not our community, Frank.
Yeah, but I'm taking notes because I want to do the community right after this.
Pay with 6, so that's $10, and that's paying me right now $72. I'll get 140. 3 to the 7 is 83. 3 to the 4, I can do $5. 3 to the 4, because if my crazy horse comes in, I want to have it, So that's $5 there. And 5 into the 3, 5. You're 7 in the next leg. 3 into that is paying $83. I think I'm going to do, Frank. So I'm going to spend another $25. I'm going to do a $10 double. 3 into the 6, 7 for $10, and that's going to give me a return of about 140. And then I'm going to do another saver, $5 saver, 5 into my crazy price, the 4. So I'm spending another $25 on my ticket.
Well, here's the reason why the 3 is taking all the money, apparently. Thank you, A. Garduno, for the information. Been working with Patente, and we saw what Patente did yesterday. So, maybe that's why that's really good. This is why we love the DTL crew, because Ciaran and I we're just two guys. We can't be on the pulse of everything. We're gonna miss stuff. So we really appreciate you guys coming in here and contributing. All right, let's do our community ticket. I want to use the 3 and the 4 here. I think we should go 3, 4, 5 and try and beat the 6. What do you think?
In this race?
Yeah.
Hang on. I'm just putting my bet in, and then
Okay,
we'll go.
go ahead.
Double 3 into 4. Okay, now you want to do what now, Frank?
I think we should work on a community ticket. I was going to say 3, 4, 5. Try and beat Super Corridor because
I'm okay with that because I reluctantly used it, and if it beats me, it beats me. I have it on other tickets, but so you're thinking 3, 4, 5.
I'm thinking 3, 4, 5 here.
I guess we probably have to go with the 2 horses. I like 6 and you like 7, right?
Yeah,
so 3 into the. I'm just talking $5 right now, Frank.
Yeah,
3 into the 6 is 72. 3 into the 7 is 84. 4 into the 6 is 225. 4 into the 7 is 166, and 5 is paying 90 and 91.
Okay. I think we should do, and I can put these in because you did them last time. I think we should do a $20 double, 3, 5. No, hold on. Yeah, 3, 5 to the 7, to the 6, right?
Correct.
Because that's short.
Yep, 4 times. Yep, I'm okay with that one.
Then
Yep.
we could do a $10 double, 3. Actually, $10 double, 4 to the 6, right? Because that's paying good, right?
Yeah, 202 or $209. Yes.
And then with my 7, I think we could just do a $10 double, 3, 5 to the 7, and a $5 double, 4 to the 7, right? What's that paying?
I didn't keep track.
Okay.
Say it out again, and I'll write it down here. So what are you
Hold
doing?
on, I'm going to put it in. Can you type while I put it in so people can see what we're playing here?
Hang on, let me get on the screen here.
All right, so we're going to do a $20 double.
Banner. Create banner. DTL.
3-5.
What is it, $20?
$20 double, 3-5 with 6. That's $40.
Yep. All right.
Hold on, bet. I will say one thing. I love Express Bet, but it's a little slow to get the bet in. Okay, and then we're going to do a $10 double, 4 with 6. Okay, $10 double, 4 with 6.
Okay.
Yes, people, we actually wager.
Yes.
This is a wagering show.
That's the beauty of not doing a show on Tuesday or Wednesday for something a week later.
And then we're going to do a $10 double.
Okay,
$10 double. 3-5 to my 7.
Okay. 2 minutes.
I know, we're good. We have one more bet left. Close. And then we're just going to come back and do a $5 double. $5 double, my 4. Well, actually, I'll forward to our 7. Review bet.
Okay. All right. I'm going to. All right. So we
You
got
that, everybody. I think
3,
what
5,
is it, like 70 or 80 bucks.
40, 50, 75 bucks.
So yeah, that's what I. Okay, good. All right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. And if the 6 wins, it'll just be another, case of seconditis for us.
And we have it. I mean, you have it on your other ticket, right, Frank? Your pick 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'm covered with the 6.
And
But like,
if that 6 wins, it's going to be another one of those where, hang on, let me find it right here. After winning, sorry, my screen flickered out here. I've got to go through and clean up all our stuff. We got so much.
I know. We'll do that this week.
I cleaned out some of it today. Oh yeah, this is what's going to happen after we win today, Frank. If the 6 wins this race, we're going to have to go to the ATM to pay Santa Anita.
The only what do you say? The only machine that pays, right?
Yep, only machine.
And
that
look,
ever pays.
how smart was Nick? This is like 10 minutes ago. He said the 6 is the CAW horse, and look at all the money coming in on the 6, 9-5 now, favored. So yeah, good call, Nick.
But there's a lot of a boatload of hedging on that one. Like on the place on the show, Frank.
Yeah, can you look at that and tell us?
Yeah, like right now we got 39, essentially 40,000 to win on the 3, 7,000 and 2,000 on the place and show. On the 5, we've got 39,000 to win, 9 and 4 on the place and show, and then the 6, 51, 11 and 5. But yeah, I did get a big jump of money right there on the win money. This is a healthy pool. There's 200,000 plus in this pool now. And the double is up to 176, Frank, right now. That's healthy numbers.
Yeah, it is.
For
That's
Sunday.
racing. I mean, come on, people. All right, they're in the gate. Good luck, everybody.
All right.
JJ for BB.
Yep.
Strongest opinion of the day. Beat Super Corridora.
Yep. And as you said earlier when you were talking about it, this was a race that would tell us if that, if it was indeed a fluke. Yeah, that was another poor outing for that horse, huh?
Yeah, I don't think that horse will ever beat Explorer again.
Nope. But
the other thing was Sadler had originally wanted to send her to the Fantasy Grade 2 at Oaklawn to prep for the Kentucky Oaks, and she was so bad in her comeback race that he was like, no, I got to keep her at home and try and figure out what's wrong. I mean, I don't know. She was wide, she was far back, etc. But, I mean, come on.
That might be like our horse, Comanche Country. Phenomenal 2-year-old, 3-year-old. She was done, She was just done. She didn't want to race anymore. She fetched a healthy amount of money at the auctions, and is now popping out babies. And that's probably, they probably won't throw the towel in yet, but I'd probably see another race. And if it's another poor performance, they might just go, you know what? Maybe she just, it happens. We see it all the time. Some of them excel as they get older. Some of them just want to be mamas.
Yeah. I know, like you said, she's still young. They might, I'm sure they're going to try to figure something out, but go ahead.
At the double pool, you know what it ended up without the extra money in there? $246,000 the last I looked when the gates opened on a Sunday, Frank.
It's a DTL crew.
Yep.
That's what it's all about.
So our guy Mark, what an expert handicapper. He's alive on both legs now.
And who won the first leg? I'm trying to remember. Wasn't the chalk? Was it the chalk? It all blurs together here. No, it's the second choice.
3-2, but still, it wasn't.
Right, beat the favorite. And
yeah.
What did he have here? He had the Coast second choice here. He just needs a bomb. He just needs a bomb in the last.
Yeah.
Venezuela, we welcome you.
That double last year, Frank, was $170,000 for this day last year. 50% increase.
So what did it close at?
Well, that's 50%. If it got even more, the last time I looked, it was at $247,000. Not too shabby. Well, we got, hang on. Did you know Mark has is Frank Frozen? All right, do we have Frank Frozen on the bingo card? I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. Is it Frank Frozen? Big hit. Frank Other. I suppose that is Frank Other would be counted.
No, Frank Frozen deserves its own thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you know Mark has a brother, Frank?
Hello, I am Richard Gelding, the brother of Mark Gelding and the smart one.
Looks the same, too. I guess they have a thing for flip-flops in their family, is what it seems. All right,
did you guys hear anything? I didn't hear it.
I think it's your internet, Frank. Oh, wow. The big money, Frank, the barn money poured into this number 8. Lubies, 14,000 to win off the jump.
Okay,
wow.
Well, could be.
And
we have had bad luck in the nightcap.
Well, no. What's crazy is
1, 2, 3, 4.
Until Friday, I had hit the last leg, I think 5 days in a row, Frank, but it was either the first or middle leg that was knocking me out. And then to lose in the last leg on Friday, this has been us lately.
We've hit rock bottom. Yeah, we need some winners. Big ones. Please help us out.
And the DTL crew has been, we see the guys sharing their big tickets. You put one out there on Friday, what, $3,200 wasn't too shabby.
$15. He invested my good buddy AP invested $15. He singled that Tappet Dynasty that James White brought up on the show in the DTL Crew. Spent $15 and cash for like $3,400. Ciaran, this is why we became horse players for that big score.
And we
used to have pick fours at Del Mar that paid $37,000. That was taken away from us for years. Yesterday, if you had $3 in your pocket, you could have walked out of there with $21,000 if you hit the late pick 3. I mean, it's crazy how good these bets are.
I mean, your matrix, pick 4. We did the doubles originally, the OG, the doubles, then the pick 4. My handle's California pick 4 because we used to hit monster pick 4s, and they weren't like crazy tickets. Like when I hit my 20s and 16Ks and 8Ks and all of those, they'd be on $16 tickets, 2x2x2 and stuff like that, or 3x3x3. Not anymore.
No, you could walk in back when the pick 6 ruled the roost. You could walk in and put a $16 pick 6 ticket in and maybe hit for $10,000. I mean, you can do it now again because the $2 increment is back, but there's a lot more information out there. It's a lot harder to do that, but
Frank,
at least we're getting chances,
So the double, the 8 is paying $75. The 6 is paying $104. The 7's paying $112. The 5 is paying $159. So the big money guys who got hammered by Super, this was their backup double to cover their day. Let's see what the pick 3 is. Pick 3, Frank. The 6 is the slight favorite at 144. Then the 8 at 147 and the 7 at 203. Pick 4. The 8 is the favorite at 176. The 6 is 180. The 7 is 221. Oy. Even every pool, Frank, the 8 is far and away the favorite.
All right, well, let's wait to see what happens in the win pool. Real quick, though, what do you think of Nick's opinion here? 5 might be an Oaks winner? Wow, that's pretty strong praise there, Nick. I don't know. A Baffert horse who's never been favored, right? Wasn't favored in this race, wasn't favored in the last 2 races. Very impressive today, but, maybe she didn't beat all that much. I'm not sure.
I don't know. That was a good turn of foot. I'm on his side. We'll have to see, but that was a nice turn of foot there. We'll have to see what the fractions are and all that, later when we go back and look. But
you think she could be an Explorer, right? Explorer's 3 years old. She's a 3-year-old, right?
Yeah.
You think she could be an
It
Explorer?
would be a very interesting race to watch. That's for sure.
Owned by Peakerman Watts. They both own they own Explorer as well. Yeah, Nick said the same thing that you did, Ciaran, that the close was very impressive.
Not only that, how often do you see JJ looking underneath his arm multiple times during a race? I mean, he knew he was loaded. That we probably didn't even see what she had, just based on.
Yeah, but who was chasing her? I like Piney Woods in that race. I mean, she just broke coming out of a maiden race. I am not going to anoint her the Kentucky Oaks winner right now.
Oh, it's a long way off. But
yeah, it's a long way off. You know what? I'm like, again, if Super Corridora wasn't in this field, like, who is she beating? Like, nobody. And again, Super Corridora, we talked about how, she peaked at the right time on the right day. But can I go back and look and see what Charlie wrote? Because he really wants us to read his comment here. He must have said something very insightful. Race 8, taking number 5. Okay, let me go to race 8. Taking number 5. That was also Ciaran's topic. Playing all in race 9. So 5 all. Baffert with high rate this distance. Going off race 6. Baffert's won 6 times in a row. So he is alive to all. Should we run through some will pays here and see what we're alive to?
Yeah.
Well, what is the lowest? Let's look at that first, because that's probably if we don't win, that's the one that's the one that we will win.
What do we? Let me pull up our bets here so we can see banner. We've got 6 and 7, right? That's it.
Well, that's it, but that's a pretty good place to be, no?
Yep. So double into the 6 is paying 104, and we what 4 times? What did we do? 20.
$20 double, yep. So
Oh,
104
that's,
times
wow,
4.
that's a lot. What's crazy, Frank, is before all the betting ended, that ended up going up a bunch at the end, and the 8 dropped a bunch at the end. That's a great pay. That's a lot more than we thought we'd get. The 7's paying 112. Those are not pays to shake a stick at all.
Ciaran, we have Vindal Dande, the 3-1. We have the 7 Victoria Stream at 7-2. The only other horse that's really taking money happens to be the favorite. That's number 8, Luby's Music, and we were both against the horse. What are we missing? DTL Crew, enlighten us.
I mean, we even kind of talked about it early when we were looking at the will pays across all the different horses, Frank. That was the horse that was the other sneaky horse in this race. That was the one that was getting, but it dropped substantially over what we were seeing late. I mean, I didn't really write a whole lot other than Fresher went here, and he's 0 for 5 for Mandela. I mean, we kind of talked about it
there because DeMoro left.
Yeah, so, and I don't think DeMoro's agent, if he knew what was going on, I don't think DeMoro lost him out there because, as you said, he rides for this trainer a lot, and this trainer is going to tell him, yeah, dude, you don't want to leave.
I'm going to put this up because this is more of a philosophical discussion of handicapping. Thank you for joining us, that one. You've joined us before and have had some very insightful comments. Anytime you go all, it's stupid. I like your conviction, but I think anytime someone is that dogmatic in racing, you're doomed to fail because not every situation is the same. And I agree, you want to avoid going all as much as possible, but there are times when the all button is your friend. Not often, but there are some times. So I don't think it's as that black and white. What is your feeling on that, Ciaran?
I mean, many times when I use all, it's like when I've got 5 or 6 horses that I can't really separate, and then I start doing my tickets, and I'm like, I got 2 more horses or 3 more horses in here, and the ticket's going to cost me $15. And the amount of times I've gotten knocked out, being stubborn and not using it, it's a lot easier when you've got a conviction in another leg. And I'm not opposed to it. I mean, if you've got a single you're all about, like that previous race, if I didn't like anyone and I really liked the 8 in here, I could have done all into the, you know what I mean? That kind of situation. You also kind of got to look at the potential pays. Like you got to look at the worst case scenario. And we've kind of done it on this show as well, where we've looked at it, Frank, and we've gone, my word, if we did all into the horse we both agree is an A in the next race, the lowest pay we get is $75. And we're paying $60. We're already ahead of the game when we win the bet. That's a scenario where the all button is great.
So here's what I would say. I said, anytime you go all, maybe you should just pass the race. I mean, because you don't have an opinion. But what if you love a 15-1 in race 7? You have no opinion in an $8,000 claimer in the middle leg, and you like a 15-1 single, all single. I see nothing wrong with that. I see nothing wrong with that at all, because you can, if you're playing multi-race sequences, you cannot have the same strong opinion in each race. And matter of fact, there are going to be at least one race, maybe 2, where you don't have an opinion. So I disagree with that statement. And again, I think everything in horse racing is situational. I think the second you walk in and say, you're that dogmatic and you say, this is stupid, no one should ever do this, you need to reassess. But thank you for that comment, that one. And obviously you disagree. And that's why this is a gambling game, because we can bet money on who's right and who's wrong. And that right and wrong changes every race.
All right. So I was trying to calculate what our genius handicapper spent on his ticket today, Frank. He spent $772 on his ticket. Let's see what he's looking at for his payouts. So You know what's going to be crazy, Frank? You know, Mark could actually double his money today if my crazy tippity tap wins. Wouldn't that make for a great story?
That would. He's going to show them Michael McCarthy's barn at 4 o'clock in the morning. They're going to find them sleeping in Tippy Tap's stall.
That would make for a great story right there. Yeah, he gets paid. I mean, one pays $592. Yeah, everything else, and 4 pays $1,400. Everything else he owes the track money. But like a public handicapper, Frank, he gets to go out there and go, had the winner, had the pick 3 winner.
Ciaran, he guaranteed a winner today. Right now, he's 2 for 2. I'm going to put this up too because Nick, I 100% agree with you. You could do one ticket that is single, all single, and then come back and play single multiple times to your top 2 or 3 choices or whatever. But I mean, come on, if you don't have an opinion in a race, you more often than not should pass it. But if you like to play multi-race sequences, why would you cost yourself a chance of cashing a big ticket? Just buy the race. I mean, come on. I mean,
the guys who win,
you do this all the time, but maybe a situation actually calls for it.
The guys who win those big tickets, like on the pick 6, there's a couple of races where they're all on their tickets because they go very, very tight on 2 or 3 races, and that's what gets them through. And then the way they justify it too is they're like, I need to hit some crazy prices, and I'm probably not going to handicap for that crazy price that's going to pay me and make this pick 6 worth it. This is the race that I think is going to be the chaos race, and that's when you go, oh.
You want to find 2 or 3 value horses that you want to build your day around. If you're a multi-race player, if your strong suit is picking winners and you want to maximize the value on those horses, there's nothing wrong with covering your butt if you don't have a strong opinion in another race. You could pass it, sure. You could bet that horse to win. You could mess around with exactas and trifectas, whatever. I'm not going to tell a person how to bet their money, but I'm telling you right now, using all is not stupid. It's inefficient and will cost you money in the long run if you do it all the time. But there are some occasions where it is useful as a tool in your arsenal. Right?
Agreed.
That's all. Yep. But thank you for the discussion. I love that. We agree to disagree, and that's fine.
All
right, what's going on the show here?
I was trying to see if I could find what the will pays are on the all turf right now. So that's what I'm hopping around looking. All
right, you look. The 2 carryovers, the 1 and the 4, trigger a pick 6 carry. All right, guys, DTL Crew, talk to me about this 8. I have the 8 as a C, a very reluctant C. And to that one's point, I'm not playing my C's. I'm just using my A's and my B's. I'm not playing my C's.
The 8, sorry, Frank, the 8 is the chalk as well on the all turf, Frank, at 198. The 7 is the second choice at 289. My 6 at 296. The 5 at 412 and the 4 at 1900. I mean, even for as chalky as it came out, $200, for that 8, if it ends up being like that, is not bad. Now, you know what I'm hoping happens as well, Frank? On Friday's show.
You don't want the 8. Nobody
no,
wants
but I'm saying on Friday's show, we had the horse that was favored across all the pools, and the horse lost on the line. So maybe we'll be right again today where the 6 beats the 8 on the line.
That would be nice. That would be very nice. Stephen D has a question for you, Ciaran. Now that we're talking about wagering philosophies, Ciaran, why did you not play your long shot pick in the 9th, number 1 Sandy Street?
I just preferred the other one.
What other one?
Ricky's horse, Tippity Tap. I do have a long shot in there. I just couldn't have too many. And where did he see that I liked that? I just talked about it. It's not actually one of my. Did I even write about it?
Is it in your write up, Ciaran? Do you have to go ahead in your anomaly algorithm?
No. What I wrote there
See,
was
this is why you don't even deserve a name to your madness.
I.
How about we call it
We actually talked about it. I don't know.
gobbledygook?
I was trying to figure out why he thought it was my long shot because it wasn't. Because I said, and we talked about it earlier, the horse has faded late, going 6 furlongs, then faded late, going 6.5. So I thought
You said
going,
it's on your Santa Anita post.
not really. I'm looking at it right here. I'm reading it off. So no. Nope.
Maybe he's looking at the wrong day. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll tell you right now, though, between the one and the favorite in this race, the other Mandela,
That's what we said.
I
We
like
would,
the one better.
we would, maybe that's what he's hearing because we said if we had to choose between the 8 and the 1, we would have picked the 1. Maybe that's what he was referring to, Frank, earlier.
Okay. All right, Nick's going to help me understand why this horse is taking so much money. Luby's Magic ran second in a race that has 2 next out winners. Okay, fair enough. Pretty good race. He doesn't like, but he gets the money that's being bet on it. I'm very confused by the whole DeMuro thing. Maybe it was Frezu's mount all along because he rode the horse in the debut. Then he broke his toe. Maybe, I don't know. But what kind of trip is this horse going to get? Is he going to make the lead and try to wire them? Is he going to stalk 3 or 4 wide on the turf with the rails out, which is not the winning move? I'm confused. I don't know. But it wouldn't be the first time I was wrong.
and Fresh is not exactly the barn jockey. He's had 5 mounts, 0 for 5.
What are you guys alive to out there? Anyone else we should talk about besides the 6, the 7, and we already talked about the 8 and the 1. Ciaran, did you have any other? I gave the 5 a little bit of a look. I'm worried about the layoff, and I think the horse will probably need one. But if this race falls apart, which it could, this horse has a very nice closing kick.
I just thought, Tiago hops on, and Phil is just ice cold right now.
Yeah, he's a little chilly.
But his monsters are coming. We got Gold Phoenix in 2 weeks. Barrios is going to ride him, Frank. We found out this morning. He's been breezing him. So
Barrios? Are you kidding me? Wow.
So he's our first time. I guess he's been breezing him in the morning. So this is jockey number.
When are you going to tell us?
I
You're
just
holding that in
remember
your back
now.
pocket, man. That's a big announcement.
Yeah. So Barrios, another fantastic workout this morning under Barrios. So Barrios has the ride.
That's very exciting.
The other horse I did have notes on, Frank, was the number 2, Improbable You, Hereford Thomas up in class. But then it's one of my things. The race is on February 20th. No works. But, we've also heard people say, why work when you can get paid to work out?
Sure.
But I think this is the first time turf. Lots of seconds. Maybe the horse.
No, not first time turf.
No. 4 seconds on turf. Like the horse likes to just always be around the line. Maybe the new jockey. Look at, you had 1, 2, 3. Improbable You has had 6 different jockeys from 6 races, Frank. Or 5 different jockeys from 6 races. Maybe this jockey is the one who's going to do it. He's riding pretty lights out right now, so that would be the upgrade. The jockey being the difference.
Yeah, I hate to get beat by a Jonathan Thomas turf horse, but I think this horse has shown us exactly who she is. Couldn't win for 52 back. I'm fine letting her beat me. If she wins, she wins. Froggy Mushroom alive to the 7. So Froggy did use the 8, Luby's music. So we could be on the wrong side of history once again, Ciaran. And Brooklyn John he's alive in the double to the 1. How about that? That's terrific. And then here, typical Ciaran not paying attention. The 2 is scratched.
Oh, it is? Okay. Oh,
it wouldn't be a show if Ciaran didn't spend 10 minutes talking about a scratch horse that he wasn't even going to use anyway.
Okay.
He just wants to talk about his handicapping.
All right.
Parafa Thomas, 4 for 6, best late speed, top early speed, best breakfast this morning, blah, blah, blah.
I was going to say right here, Frank, hang on. Let me find it.
I'll tell you who I like even more than the 8. I like the 9 Surf Song. Surf Song has ability.
I took a really long look at that one, Frank, I must say. Second, everything number wise, and then I just went, but dot 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 dot. I just like the other ones more, but if I had the ability to spread more, it might have been one that might have made its way on a ticket, maybe. But out
All right,
there,
2 minutes.
and
2 minutes. It'll be interesting to see if the late money shows up on someone.
yeah, right now we're at some healthy pool numbers, Frank. Like they're pushing almost 250K already in the win pool right now. Yeah, I mean, money's still coming in on the 8, 47K, 10K to place, and it's more money on the place. 6 is 38,000 with 86 to place, and the 7, 30,000 with 7,500. So come on,
All right.
Al Dandy.
This is not. I don't like to do this, but I'm considering maybe using the 6 and 7 underneath the 8 in an exacta because I could just see the 8 winning and us not cashing for a penny. But you know what? I'm not going to do that. I don't like the 8. I didn't like Super Corredora. I was right about that. I don't like the 8 here. And if I'm wrong about that, so be it.
I mean, I hope this is not a case like both Frank and I have our sure things in this race. Frank is all about
This horse is my lock of the day.
and then
that's
this
in the
is
way.
mine.
This horse cannot lose. Whoa, what happened? That's good enough.
That was Silly Rabbit the other day. Led
Yeah,
every step of the way until you didn't.
That's pretty much been our horses the last few shows there. We get the best horse and they just decide not to race, or they're like, all right, I've run enough today. I'm done.
How about our guy Chris Babcock here, loyal member of the DTL crew? He's alive to the 1567. He too does not have the 8. All right. In the midst of a profit. Ciaran, we got a hit. We got a hit for us. We got a hit for the DTL crew.
Like and
I had
subscribe.
to reload my account this morning.
Like and subscribe. Otherwise, you're going to get nothing but pick. All right, we're at the gates, Frank. I guess we need to step out.
All right. We'll be back after. Good luck, everybody.
Mm. Simply wow.
I've bet Surf Song so many times. I knew we talked about it at the very end. Know that horse has ability. Was thinking for next time because of the 9 post. Obviously, the scratch comes one in. Our 7 runs a monster race. We knew the 8 was no good. Oh my god.
Seconditis. Mamma mia.
Counting the money. Counting the money.
But yeah, the big crews went down in flames today, Frank. All their hammer bets went down. You know, everyone's complaining. They lost some money today, that's for sure. Seeing what the alter 450.
That really stings because we did not like Super Corridora. Took a ridiculous amount of money. We did not like Luby's music. Ridiculous amount of money. Any other rate, if the Surf Song is drawn on the inside, have that horse on a backup ticket for sure. Maybe I wouldn't have been alive to the horse because it would have been a backup.
Yeah, on a backup ticket, but all the way out there, you know, and Ayuso for Powell is 0 for the last 14. You know, Powell going sprint route, 0 for 12, all the way out there on the outside, you know.
Here's the last line on my matrix. Use her underneath and tab her for a W next time. Well, 7 ran too good to lose. Between horses, uncomfortable journey the whole time. Oh my God! Once that horse leveled out, I thought for sure we were home.
Yeah, I thought I saw it. I was like, oh yes, there you go, JJ. Nope.
Oh, that's a tough one. Anyone in the DTL crew celebrating right now? I hope someone is.
Well, you know who's celebrating right now, Frank?
King of the All Ball. Not so.
Hey everyone, I've got my picks right here. Race 7, all. Race 8, all. Race 9, all. Trust me, this is the winning ticket. See you in the winner's circle.
Bobo's not so stupid, huh? Hey, how about Nick? All right. Had the 9 in doubles. Good for you, man. Oh, wow.
He posted in the room. I had the 9 as well, Frank. I forgot to tell you.
I hope you did.
No, I did not.
Oh, because I was going to say. Oh, my goodness. This has been the story. I'm not complaining because we all go through this.
Our handicapping, Frank, you know, we were joking about it, and it was almost like when I was at Frank Lawn as well, but I already had my – I know you want to play your little temper tantrum thing here. I'll play it for you so you can say – where is it? Is it still on there?
Oh, yeah, it's on there. Ciaran is a baby.
There it is.
Ciaran, but this is...
But it was even like then, the handicapping was there. It was just the racing luck was not shining down upon us. Seconditis left and right now.
At least, yeah, but at least you cashed some.
Yes.
You were on a good little streak there for a bit. So
yes.
This is like this. I'm not kidding you. I'll go back and look. This is like the 6th show since the meet started where I have been alive in the last race to a nice priced horse, and I've run second.
Well, you know what it is, Frank, because NHC is coming up this week. I need to qualify this the first year, but I didn't really try this year. But the last 3 NHC seats, Frank, last year was probably one of the worst, where over the course of all those days, like in the last chance, and then, you know, in the actual tournament, I think I had 14 second places. And, you know, it would be with price horses or just not getting there. So maybe I'm getting my seconditis out before I go there.
You know what?
Speaking of that,
get it out of your system. This one stings a lot more than the other ones because the other ones, I got beat by like, you know, a 5th choice, maybe could have used, blah, blah, blah. I've bet this. This horse has been on my radar. I have bet this horse numerous times. I know this horse has talent. has ability, hasn't been able to put it together. I just didn't think that she would have put it all together today against the 6 or the 7. And that's what bothers me, because this is a horse that I should have been making money on when she broke her maiden, and I didn't. And not only did I not make money on her, I got crushed by her, and that's what frustrates me. But, that's racing.
I think if there's an adjustment I'm going to make, we're going to be at NAC the following week, Frank, is.
Well, look, Nick's going to be there.
When I have my convictions, even if the horse is 5 to 4 to 1, 3 to 1, I should be. I've had enough of these. It's been 2 out of 3, and it's usually the horses I really like. I should be doing win bet money on it, at least to get something out of it. Maybe that might be an adjustment I'll make. But yeah,
say that again. Say that again.
I need to start doing a few more win bets on, like how I really like the 5 in that first leg, and I had all my tickets built around the 5. I should have had a win bet on it. And the same in the next leg.
Okay.
I should have had a win bet on it as well. Maybe
you raise a good point, though. Would you have bet? Are you going to make a win bet on a 5-2 shot? I mean, I'm not saying yes or no. I'm asking you. Because usually you like a better price than that.
Yeah, I think I might, and it might only just be small, and maybe it might be just that little adjustment. I mean, we talk about it many times. Sometimes you get in your own head, and maybe just getting that win like that might be what gets the streak going, if that makes sense.
I will tell you this, Ciaran. You were actually very confident about forced entry. I tried to cold water you, the other one's taking money and da-da-da-da-da. You were very confident that was your top pick in the race. Now let me ask you this: at 5-2, obviously depending where you are in the tournament, would you use a horse like that?
In a race like that. The first couple of years, if it was a mandatory race, I've changed. Like last year, I did change a lot. I used to go, I'm only all about prices, and I would toss that. But then I kind of made the adjustment last year. I was like, you know what? Why am I spending all this brain power on a race that I know this 5-2 horse is going to win? Let me just take the $10 and move to another race that's more difficult, was kind of the adjustment I made. But the other thing, too, this is not a real money gambling tournament. And the only way to win this tournament is to pick blind 3-legged horses. You need multiple cappers to win. So that's the other side of that coin as well. But for the show, I guess I'm going to be live there. So if anyone's there, come by. We're still going to do the shows Friday and Sunday, but maybe we'll do pop-up shows as well, depending on what's Frank's like and what our internet's like.
I'll be around. I can run point in the studio all week, unless you and Nick are going to do a show without me. I mean, you got to grab Nick. Look at this. Brooklyn John. He's going to be at the South Point next week.
It's at the Horseshoe. Actually, last year, so here's the secret there. Last year, the tournament internet, because they don't take enough of a VIG and HC. I think the internet made Frank's internet look like it was the fastest internet in the world. You ended up having to use the casino's internet was actually better. But then how do you trust logging onto your account? Just bring a hotspot. Yeah, it was shamefully bad, along with the gifts they gave last year as well. Recycled gifts from the year before. But
you know what, Ciaran? This is how we're going to have to do it. Like Pony Express style. You say something to Mark Gelding, he'll run up to the room, and he'll get on and he'll say what you're saying on the internet that's good in the room.
Maybe we can have his brother, they can talk back and forth. I mean, this is...
I'm telling Mom, this was my job first. Your picks suck. I'm telling Mom, your picks still suck.
So, well, I'm sure we'll see more from Richard Gelding there down the road.
I want to meet the mom. Because Mark's going to go home and she's going to go, really, son? All?
The
you
mom,
won, though.
the
Only
mom's
one
gonna
person
say-
won on this show.
She's going to say, why didn't you hit it twice? So she has a cigarette hanging out of her and socks halfway up her leg with betting slips all over the ground. I mean, I was up at Viejas yesterday, Frank, and, there's not too many OTBs left in California. That is one of, and it literally is like the OG ones we remember, the slips all over the ground, and because it's a casino, they can smoke. So it's just like the old school track experience, if you know what I mean, up there.
That's the old school. We are part of that OG generation.
That was the
That's
best.
why we pay our intern in beers.
Yes, and he willingly accepts it too. We should do the win parlay, Frank, because everyone's been complaining. I mean, I know you pointed out yesterday to people yapping. You're like, you exponentially made more doing the parlay or doing the actual picks than you did just betting straight up.
Yeah, that was with both the pick threes. I didn't do the double, but based on just the eyeball test, I thought the double was really, really light. So it'll be interesting to see how the double did today.
All right, let's start with the double then.
Let me. I use ChatGPT on the show just to make things easier, but I always confirm it with my own calculator and my own math after. But it's usually pretty good. Calculate a $5. I guess we should give Grok props too, because all AI generated images brought to you by Grok.com.
Try Claude here and see if it gives us. Calculate a $5 win parlay.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because I had to teach Grok how to do it. Grok was totally wrong. Win parlay with horses that paid. Okay, what do we got?
760.
Okay, and
760.
1480.
What was that?
1480. I'm looking at the
1480.
okay. So the way to do this, if you're at home, you take your 760 in the first leg, you divide it by 2. Okay? So you take whatever that number is, half the 760, you take that number, and then you add 760, add another 760, that's your $5. Whatever that number is, you times it by 1480 and divide by 2, and that's your 140.60.
Yeah, I got 140.60, and it actually gave me some. It said horse 1 pays 760 times 2, which is 3. It gave like the actual math behind it, so it was actually pretty impressive how it did it. All right, you ready for the pick 3?
No. What did it pay?
It paid $189, Frank. You got 49. You got 50, almost 30% more doing the low takeout double today.
So let me just say this before we do that. There's a guy that a really, really good horse player that I respect a lot, gambles a lot, has made a lot of money. I posted something about how the win parlays are always good. And he said something like, well, yes, but just so you know, the double pool may have been compromised by sophisticated, may have been. And yesterday it might have been, because I didn't do the parlay, but I think it was very light for what it should have been. But we're seeing today that even if there is computer and smart money in these pools,
they went down today.
They have to be right. They can't buy it. They can't buy combinations like they could with the higher takeout and the lower minimum. They have to be right. And they were clearly wrong about Super Corridora.
Oh,
and they were wrong about Luby's Magic.
Hence, and I already did the one for the pick 3, Frank. It said
what'd you got?
210.90, and it ended up paying $324. So you got 50% more, essentially, almost. Yeah, 50% more.
How about this, Nick? Do you think you can get us a Claude sponsorship? I think you're up in the Bay Area, right? There's a lot of tech companies up there.
And let's look at the. I'm gonna do it with for the all turf and see if that. You know what I mean? So it was $13.20 with $5 with $14.80.
Yeah.
And that, according to this one, paid said 610. Let me see what Express Bet said. Pools will pay. I can't see it. Can you see it on Express? It's not coming up for me.
What are you looking for?
What it paid.
The all turf?
Yes.
Okay, let me go there. I got to go to the other. On Express Bet, the all turf is a whole separate. It's a whole separate thing. Don't ask.
And well, that's all the ADWs. If you're trying to find what the will paid 400.
454.
Yeah. Let me just make
What
sure.
the parlay pay?
It said the parlay said it should have paid 610, but I'm making sure I put the numbers in right. 1320.
Are you doing for $3?
Yes, I think I did. Maybe. Oh no, it did it for $5.
Exactly. See,
I actually corrected the number.
I knew it.
It corrected the number because I'd done $5.
Not only you're hijacking the host chair, but now you're taking my AI job away from me.
Yep. What did you get? So when I recalculated the correct way, it
Well, I'm gonna
comes
let
out
you do it.
366. It paid 454. So you made
Correct.
25% more money doing the parlay than
Yes.
doing straight up win money. So yet again, the
We
low
welcome
takeout
CAWs, please.
coming. I mean, people are playing the
They're
bets.
not good handicappers. They are good market makers and manipulators.
Play the bets that the tracks are giving us that are player friendly, and I think there's also a lot of misinformation out there. I won't mention names, but there was someone out there who's very vocal that if we could get him to see the benefit of these low takeouts, I could see these pools explode like you would never see, and all these other tracks that are kind of hesitant to do it would be all over them just from the pressure, and the
There's no reason
media
why, with our show and the DTL crew and the value of these, there's no reason why these pools shouldn't be 500,000 every day. There's no reason.
Nope.
I mean, it's crazy.
And people are like playing exactas. Don't let the sharks eat each other in there. Play these low takeout bets. I mean,
Until something changes.
yeah. I mean,
And something will change. Something will change if you show up with your money in the bets that are being offered to players like us, so we can actually make a nice little score.
And then the other thing too with that people don't realize, it's not like sports betting. When you bet a team that's 8-1 with a team that's 8-1 in sports betting, there's not a bucket of money. When you're playing an exacta, there's a big bucket of money in there, and the horse may be 8-1, and the other horse might be 8-1, but there's not that money in the bucket that pays out the bet. And that's the thing I think people still haven't wrapped their heads around when they're calculating what the exacta paid off. It's not how it works. But you go round in circles.
Here's the thing. If someone said to you, you love horse racing, right? Love it, love it, love it. You can bet 23% takeout because you love horse racing. That is your sport. Or you could bet snail racing with a 15% takeout. I'm betting snail racing 100% of the time. I'm not going to be a mug. So why are more players not betting these? But you know what? Look, did you see the pools today? They're ridiculous.
Did we final? What was the final number? So I know it was.
Why don't you pull up last year?
All right, I got last year's here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the self-serving part of the show where Ciaran and I congratulate ourselves for a job well done. But we can't do this without the DTL crew. We absolutely cannot. So thank you guys. Pool party at Ciaran's house over the summer during Del Mar.
It's a very small pool, so that'll be fun to watch. It's a blow-up pool that has some green stuff growing on it.
We'll have a party at the VA house pool.
All right, sounds good. Then we'll gamble at the OTB, and then we'll go hop in the pool later.
There you go. Yes, I like that.
All right, so the double pool from last year, Frank, was 176,000. What was it this year? Oh no,
240.
sorry, the double pool was 169. What was it?
246.
All right, so that's what, almost 45%, 46%. Pick three. What was it?
334.
176, almost. That's 90% increase there, Frank, on a Sunday when everyone on Twitter is complaining, California racing's dead.
A track which shall not be named, which we
Go play our high takeout bets on our track.
A track which shall not be named that
Won't even toss money.
We did everything in our power to really, really help them, and they crushed it when we did our shows. Their daily double pool today, same takeout, same increments, everything, $65,000. You might as well just go back to the $2 higher takeout because you're doing nothing. And then the pick 3, 96. Couldn't even crack a hundy.
Wow.
Couldn't crack a hundy.
What was the all turf today, Frank?
Oh, I thought I told you that.
No.
Okay, let me go back.
And I can guarantee it was down because I don't know what they were thinking doing it in race 4. You know what I mean? It was like the spread.
Well,
there.
the scratches in the downhill race.
But even making it 4, you know what I mean, where we couldn't come on and talk for 8 hours.
Actually, it is way better than I expected.
What was it?
I'm shocked. I expected like 50,000, 78,000.
Wow, it was 135 last year, but wow, 78. That's for a Sunday. That's really, really good.
Middle leg had 4 horses. Started in race 4.
Wow,
that's phenomenal, actually.
Yep.
All right, guys, we are crushing it. Ciaran, Tuesday, Vegas, live from the Red Rocks. Charlestown.
What racing is run? I'll be there. I fly in on Tuesday, so I don't know. Maybe if Frank gets out of his coffin Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe we'll do some pop-up show somewhere. Just
Charlestown night race. We'll get Mark Hackworth on. He's the king of Charlestown.
All right. Well, I'll put the ball in your court. I'm there and available, and it'll give us a good test run beforehand. You know, I'll try my laptop and all that nonsense. So maybe. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching and for juicing those pools today. We're showing the tracks that if you give us these low takeout player-friendly bets, the bettors will come. They might complain on X, but they're still gambling on the QT.
Thanks for watching, everyone. DTL Crew, you guys are the best.
Oops.
Grass to grass, no dirt in my life. I'm so all turf, I might start photosynthesize. Santa Anita, low takeout, got me acting unwise. Told my wife, babe, I'm rich, now she want alimony twice. Double trouble on the mic, we causing the scene. Low takeout, let's all turf, a retirement dream. If we hit this pick 3, tell the valet keep the change. We're reading lobster tonight on a $12 range. Boom! Thank you, Santa Anita, good night.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to like and subscribe to Double Trouble Live on YouTube. Get out, get up, get paid.